What's up guys, Manime here, and today I'm here with another video for the 12 days of anime. And today we are doing my long-awaited top 10 anime of 2016. I have to admit, this list was rough to make because there are a ton of shows I wanted to include but just couldn't. So I'm terribly sorry if your anime did not make it on this list. Starting off the list in 10th place is Re-Life. Now, definitely one of the funniest animes I've seen in a while. Although the art was a little lackluster at times, the interesting premise, characters, and comedy helped me overlook it. The show basically follows a 28-year-old man as he is given a pill that turns him back into a high schooler. So now he has a second chance to go to high school and basically gets a second chance to not fuck his life up. In 9th place, I have Tanaka-kun is Always Listless. Now, this show follows our main character Tanaka as he tries to go through the day with exerting as little physical and mental energy as possible. I think we can all relate. The show has no story, but the characters are some of the best I've seen, and the way they interact with each other and the hilarious situations that occur definitely helped earn this anime its place on this list. And in 8th place, I have Ajin. Definitely an anime that just came out of the woodworks. Like, the art style is definitely a bit weird, but honestly, they use it to their advantage. The show is a thriller about immortal beings called Ajin rebelling against normal humans. Yeah, there's a lot of death in this show, and a really good, story, and, one of my favorite antagonists of 2016. And in 7th place, I have Yuri on Ice. Now, I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised by this show. Generally, I'm not into yaoi bait, but this show ended up being really good. The show follows our main character, Yuri, as his idol figure skater, Victor, decides to coach him in hopes of having him win the world championships. It's a really good story about how Yuri turns his uncontrollable emotions from the reason he loses to the reason he's able to win. But more on that in another video. And in 6th place, I've got Haitu Ginsu no Grimgar. Now, Grimgar is an excellent show that I recommend to everyone. It's essentially the stuck in the RPG genre done right. I wouldn't exactly call it a dark show, but I wouldn't call it happy-go-lucky either. It definitely makes you question your way of thinking. Overall, it's just an incredibly well-rounded show that anyone can enjoy. And in 5th place, I have Flip Flappers. This is definitely the biggest underdog show of the year. This show is amazing on so many different levels. Not only is it gorgeous, it seems to break every rule of anime in the most spectacular ways. Every episode is a different genre, but that's only if you're looking at it at face value. There is so much detail and deeper meaning shoved into this show that you really need to watch it twice to understand. And in 4th place, I have ReZero. Now, whereas Flip Flappers was the biggest underdog, ReZero is definitely the most hyped anime of this year. They managed to mix a ton of different genres together just flawlessly, and then they also told a pretty good story while having all these crazy genres conflict. The only reason it didn't score higher was due to the lackluster ending, but overall the show is excellent and definitely a must-watch. And taking the bronze medal for 2016 is Konosuba. This is the funniest show of the year. It's really great to see a satire show done on the stuck in the RPG genre, but I don't think anyone expected it to be this good. Like, the comedy is excellent, the world is well built, and the characters are all awful human beings, but hilarious to watch. The show straight up mocks so many of the genre's tropes, while also keeping up with a fairly coherent storyline. And coming in at 2nd place is My Hero Academia. Now, this show is about Midori, a kid who has no powers in a world where just about everyone has superpowers. Luckily, due to his stride to become a superhero, he meets the strongest superhero in the world and ends up inheriting his powers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have never rooted for someone so much. Midori is probably one of my favorite characters in the world, and I just want to see him succeed and become the best in the world. The show has great fight scenes, amazing world building, and of course, tons of unique characters with varying superpowers. And in 1st place, we have Mob Psycho 100. Now, Mob Psycho definitely deserves the 1st place spot. Not only were the fight scenes incredible, the story is amazing, and the underlying message the show gives the viewers is just excellent. Mob is the world's strongest psychic, but he doesn't actually care about his powers too much. The show has so many layers, but it's essentially just talking about the idea of hard work, and that even if you are born with some amazing talent, it doesn't really put you above anyone else. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil too much of the show for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying these 12 days of anime video. I know I'm not. I'm just kidding. I love it. It's so much fun. It's definitely a challenge, and I'm having a blast. If you guys like my content, don't be afraid to subscribe. I make 2 videos a week with the exception of this week where I'm uploading daily until Christmas. As usual, make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys say, man, go watch that goddamn anime!